work it out real quick. It is an or statement. So I'm going to put an or between it. I'm going to write the problem exactly as it is. Then I'm going to put the part that's in the absolute value. I'm going to switch the direction of the sign, and I'm going to take the opposite. Then I have the two problems to work out. I'm going to add a -4, so I have 2x is greater than or equal to -8, and I have x is greater than or equal to -4, right? Something happened there. That is puzzling me. Okay, there we go. All right, gonna add a -4 here. So I have 2x is less than or equal to -16. When I divide, it's less than -8. So when I graph it, I have a -8, I have a +4. This is going solid dot that direction. This is going that direction. Because it's an or, I don't care what they have in common. So I just leave it just like that. Okay? All right, got another one for you to do then. I mean, y'all good. This is all there is to it. Okay? It doesn't get any more complicated. We'll just practice a little bit.
Math always gets more complicated.
Well, I mean today. Today.
Okay.
I'll just say today it doesn't get any more complicated. Now I will say, guys, if you see, I say it doesn't, but let's say you had this. The absolute value of 2x plus 4 minus 4 is greater than or equal to 12. Before you start this problem, you must get rid of everything except for the absolute value. So before you ever do a thing, you've got to move that -4 over. Okay? Get rid of everything except for what's in the absolute value. So I'm going to add the 4 to both sides. So now I have the absolute value of 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 16. Now I can start my problem. Okay? You see how sometimes you got to get rid of what's there? All you want left on the left-hand side before you split it into two problems is your absolute value stuff. Okay? So let's do another one here.
Wait, we're not solving it?
No, I was just trying to show you that. I'm sorry.
You missed the tiny
I
little
thought that you
dot.
were just solving
No,
the first part.
no.
I'm like, okay.
Okay, this one's pretty easy.
The tiny
I'm
dot.
gonna have you do this. All right, solve that one. Then I'm gonna show you something else. Once I'm sure you guys got it copied down and everything, I'm gonna work it up on the board. So don't look up until you're done. once you finish, look up and make sure you got it right. Don't look up until you're done. And if you didn't get it right, let me know so I can figure out what you did.
I put the 4/3.
Oh, on the wrong side?
Yeah.
Okay. Because 4/3 is the same as 1/3, so you know that that's more than 0. So you just flip flop them. Did you get it, Sophie?
I didn't know there was a bathroom right there.
Where do you think I'm on?
I've been going
All the way around?
Yeah, I didn't know there was one right there. The sink in there doesn't work though.
Oh, really?
In the girls, yeah.
It doesn't work at all? Like no
Like
water?
I couldn't turn the cold or the hot would like move weird, but you couldn't turn it on, and the cold one can't
Okay, I'll
move.
check on it.
It's so
The
weird.
I
boys
never
was
go with
working
that
with
one,
us.
so.
Oh. I have 4 of these. Oh, but then
It's the same as 1/3.
I didn't think.
You don't have to change it. I just was trying to show you that it was definitely bigger than 0.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only reason why I changed it, but it doesn't have to be changed. You understand what you did?
I just didn't. I didn't realize that it was. I'm not.
Well, think about if you had 0,
Yeah, I just know.
0 pizzas versus 4/3 of the pizza.
Yeah.
Tell us
I'm having one of those
lunchtime.
brain moments.
Did you get it, come on?
Not the first time.
Not the first time. Did you see what you did wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put the 3 on top of the 4 and changed it to 7.5. Instead of putting the 3 on the bottom.
Okay. But you know what? You probably still would have gotten this part right.
Probably.
You know, it still would have been empty set if
Well,
you just had that.
when you did
Oh.
7.5, it went
Oh,
like
they
that.
crossed. Okay. Well, they shouldn't have though, because the 0 should have gone this way.
Yeah, but 7.5 is smaller than 0.
No.
Isn't
Think about it. 7.5 pizzas. 7.5 pizzas is like 7.5 pizzas versus 0 pizzas. Okay. We're not talking negative 7.5. If it was negative, yeah, I would agree with you. Does that make sense? Now, because it's an and statement, it's got to be this. Now, I will say, you've got these two steps. Because it's full divided. Okay, but it wouldn't have made any difference on that. Okay, all right, I'm gonna do one more up here, which is a little bit different, and then I'm gonna give you homework on this, and because it's Wednesday, you'll get most of it done in class, okay? You'll have lots of time, and then we will have finished this chapter. We will review this chapter tomorrow, and we will test next Tuesday on this chapter.
Oh, I'm gonna be out of town on Tuesday.
Now, yeah,
Yeah.
Last minute trip, you know.
sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it is. You missed the part. That's her problem.
All right, this one's different. We're gonna do this one together. Is it an and or an or?
And
It's an and statement, because it's less than. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and write the and. I'm gonna write it exactly as it is. But what makes this different is when I switch the sign here, when I take the opposite of this, I've gotta put the negative in front of it, okay? And then I put this parenthesis. What difference would that make?
just that. The negative is distributed.
The negative is distributed, because if I don't do the parentheses with a negative in front, it looks like it's just a -2.
Oh.
But when in actuality, it's negative 2x and minus 7, or negative 7. You see the difference there? So that's the only little hiccup there is. Okay, so let's work this out. I'm going to take a negative 2 to both sides. So I have x is less than or equal to, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can do it this way. Okay, I'll try. Okay, 2x plus 5, okay, we got that. Then I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and I'm going to get negative x is less than or equal to positive 5. Then I have to divide through by negative 1 to get rid of that x, right? So then I have x, I'm going to switch the direction of the sign, and I've got that, okay? This one, I'm going to add, I don't know, let's add a negative 2 to both sides first. So I have x is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus negative 9. But now I'm going to take the 2x to the other side. So I have 3x is greater than or equal to negative 9. I have x is greater than or equal to negative 3. Okay, so I'm graphing that, and I'm graphing this. Now, which one of those is smaller? The negative 5. Okay, so I have a negative 5, and I have a negative 3. The negative 5 goes, it's solid, and goes that direction. The negative 3 is solid, and it also goes that direction. Now remember, I'm looking for what they have in common. So what do they have in common?
Everything past the negative 2.
Everything past the negative 3. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
So on the second problem, like the second line down, say you had to like take something over by multiplying or dividing it to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like if you went that way, would you multiply it to everything or just like the negative 2 or the negative 7?
Say that again?
So like if you had to multiply or divide something to get it to the other side and you still had the negative 2x and the negative 7.
Like, let's say I
on
had
that
a 2 in front of that. Is that what you're saying? And then I divided,
Yeah.
or I divided by 2.
side. Yeah, would you just
I
draw
would
a line
have to
and put it-
divide by both of
Okay.
them. Yeah.
And then if you multiplied, how
I'd
would
have
you
to
write it?
multiply by both of them.
Okay.
Yep, good question. All right, I'm going to put your homework up here, and hopefully it'll end up being more classwork than what it is homework. Okay. So it is.
From there.
Now some of these have absolute values. Some of them.
From there. Ooh.
Actually, most of them have absolute values. It's 53. We've got 30 minutes. I'm going to have you do 27 through 44.